y'all? This is Juwan. We're back. It's episode 10 of Thrive Thursday. I'm so excited to be back with you again for another episode, another installment of Thrive Thursday. And today, I just want to send some positive energy your way, send some encouragement your way by sharing a concept or a principle that has made a big difference in my life. And that principle is no matter what you're going through, no matter what situation or circumstances that you find yourself in, find the joy in that situation. This principle has made all the difference in my life. You see, whether I'm going through the best of times or the worst of times, I always try to find the joy in that situation. And sometimes it's finding the joy in the very dark places that gives us that little bit of spark, that little bit of light in that darkness, that little bit of hope that inspires us and pushes us to move through and break through to the goodness that's always awaiting us on the other side. And to illustrate this concept, I want to tell a little story. And this story has been told many, many times before. It's often used in a sales profession. And this story goes like this. See, back in the day, there was a company. And this company was a shoe company. And this shoe company was looking to move into a new market. They were looking to maybe expand into Africa and start selling shoes on a new continent. And so they sent two representatives from this company down to Africa to explore whether or not they could break into this new market. Well, the two guys touched down and did a little research that first day, just walking around the streets, and they were both shocked at what they found. You see, the first guy, the first representative from this company, got on the first plane back to the United States, and he said to his bosses and his team, he said, no need to spend any more time here. I've done the research, I've looked around, and there's no way that we can sell shoes here because nobody here wears shoes. It's a dead market. Well, the second guy touched down the same time, spent the same day or so researching, and he didn't get back on that plane. Instead, he called the office, and he was so excited when his boss got on the phone. He said, send as many shoes as you can down here right away, ASAP. This is an amazing market because nobody here has shoes. So we can sell shoes to all of these people. And so the moral of the story is, right, it's the same company, it's the same representatives from this company, and they both saw the same situation, but they had two totally different perspectives. And so what I want to encourage you to do this week is take the positive perspective no matter what you're going through and see the joy in every situation. That brings me to my own kind of story and journey in Africa. You see, I found myself in Africa a couple months ago down in Morocco. I was visiting my friend in the Peace Corps. And it was an amazing trip, an amazing journey, a great learning experience that absolutely changed my life. And so the day came when it was time for me to get back on the plane and fly back to Spain. Well, I made it to the airport in plenty of time, or so I thought. My flight was at 2 o'clock p.m. But when I got to the airport, it was a little weird because I noticed that on the boards for the flights, my flight wasn't up there. And so I talked to one of the representatives, and they said, yeah, that flight doesn't exist. And I thought this was strange. I already paid for my flight. Well, come to find out, the flight was at 2 a.m. and not 2 p.m., and they didn't specify that. And so I was very upset about this situation, because I thought that they should let me know that the flight was at a totally different time than what I suspected. And then I was upset because, there was no way I could get a refund for my flight. And so I had to spend a whole extra day in another country, and I just wanted to go home. And I was just a little upset and disturbed, frustrated with the situation. But then I went back to this concept, and I had to remind myself to find the joy in every situation, that despite being in a different country where I didn't know the language, where I didn't know many people, my friend had already went back to where she was staying at in Morocco, so I was there by myself And despite all of these things, that I could find joy in this situation and know that I had an opportunity to spend another day in another country and make brand new friends, right? And enjoy more wonderful food and have more wonderful experiences to add to my life, instead of looking at it as, a burden that I couldn't go home when I wanted to. And so that made all the difference for me. And so I went back from the airport and, got a bite to eat and just spent some time walking around and seeing some new places that I didn't get the opportunity to see before because we were on a tight schedule. And so, I ended up meeting some wonderful, wonderful people, having some great food, and it was just a wonderful experience that really added to my trip that I would never have gotten if I had left the day before. So I know this principle works. It's worked for me time and time again, and I know it will work for you. So no matter what you're going through today, this week, this month, this year, try to remember. No, don't try. Just remember to find the joy in every situation. If you find the joy in every situation, you better believe that it'll turn out all right. As Wayne Dyer says, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So here's to seeing things in a positive light. Here's to finding the joy in every situation. It's time for me to go. Got to get back to work. Thrive or die. Hope you have a great week. Let's go.